Oh, what's up, bro? What are you doing?
Eating Skittles and watching Patty. Anything else? Thanks, go away.
Well, why are you eating Skittles?
Why do you always come in my room and ask me dumb questions? It's a Skittles only diet. What's hard to understand? Eating only Skittles will get you jacked. Common sense. Are you stupid? Yes.
I don't think eating only Skittles will get you jacked, though. I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, well, I don't see you eating Skittles and look how you look. Huh. Loser.
Alright, man. Whatever you say.
Alright, what's up, guys? So today I'm going to do a video on counting calories versus following a regular diet. Now, by diet, what do I mean? I mean like one of those fad diets like carnivore, the ketogenic diet. I've seen like only grapefruit diet, stuff like that. And we're going to be diving into which one I think is better for fat loss specifically. And I'm making this video because I get DMs on a daily basis of people telling me like, hey, I want to lose fat, I want to get in shape without counting calories. How do I do that? Or I am unable to count calories. You know, unfortunately, I don't have access to a food scale, stuff like that. Or I just don't feel like learning how to count calories. Like I get all kinds of these DMs. And so I'm going to break down why or why not I think you should or should not invest the time into learning how to count calories. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about pros and cons of following a diet, right? So let's say you're doing like the carnivore diet. That's only meat. You know, you can eat as much as you want until you're full, but you can only eat meat, okay? So what are the pros of following a regular diet like this? So for one, it's less complicated due to food specificity. And what does that mean? That means there's a list. You have a list of foods you can and can't eat. It's laid out for you, black and white. You may eat these meats. You cannot eat pasta, rice, cookies. You cannot touch any of that stuff, right? This is what's easy about following a diet. It's pretty clear cut what you can and can't eat. Now this makes it, another pro, easier mentally, especially when it comes to stress, because when you want to plan out your foods or think of what you're going to eat for the day, a lot of people do this. It can be pretty stressful, and we don't need to add unnecessary stress to our life, right? So by just following a diet, that eliminates that part. It's a lot easier mentally because you just know, oh, when I'm hungry, I'm allowed to eat X, Y, and Z, and I cannot eat A, B, and C. Boom, done. Now, although these are good pros, what are the cons of following a diet? The first con is that it's pretty inaccurate when it comes to portions, right? Because portions ultimately, or the calorie content of the food itself, is what's going to allow you to lose fat or lose weight in general. And if you're just eating until you're full, you're eating, you know, your ketogenic diet, your carnivore diet, whatever it may be, you don't really know how much you're eating, okay? You know, a lot of people have this misconception that the food they eat is going to make them lose weight when it really boils down to how much they're eating, right? That because you have to be in a calorie deficit, and you know the calories of what you're eating are less than what your body's burning, you will lose weight. It's not specific foods that will make you lose weight. Another con is that there's less flexibility, right? You have to eat certain foods because, like I said in the pros, you have, I mean, this could be a pro and a con, honestly. You have your black and white clear-cut list. You can't eat this, you can't eat this, right? But this can be a con because, you know, let's say you want to go out with friends or you're at a party, some kind of event. All they have is foods on the, you know, X, Y, and Z list or the A, B, and C list that you can't eat, right? What are you going to do? Like, there's not really flexibility. It's like you're going to bring a piece of steak with you everywhere you go because you have to eat the carnivore diet. Like, it's just a lot more strict, basically. And the last con is it's difficult to adjust for plateaus, right? So when you diet, you do a fat loss diet, you know, 99% of people will come to a plateau. The fat loss stops. Let's say 1 to 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by. Your weight doesn't change. What do you do? Where do you adjust? How do you know what to adjust? Because you don't really know how much of anything you're consuming. You're kind of just eating these foods until you're full, right? And you could just say you're going to eat less in general. That could help you, but this will only go so far. It's just a little bit more difficult to adjust for plateaus when you're only eating specific foods and not understanding how much of the foods you're eating. So I'm done ripping on the diets. Let's rip on counting calories, right? What are the pros and cons of counting calories? So let's do the pros. The first pro is there's a high level of accuracy in terms of tracking, right? Really, this is the most accurate way to achieve any of your fitness goals. I don't care what it is, fat loss, fat gain, muscle loss. I don't know why you'd want to lose muscle, but if you want to, any of the things you want to do, calorie counting is the most accurate way to do it. You're going to such a small scale of measurement, a single calorie, to be that specific, to understand what you're eating. Like, you know, it's pretty useful to go that detailed and understand the numbers. You can do a lot. So high accuracy. It's highly flexible too, believe it or not. As specific as it is and, you know, detail oriented, you're understanding the numbers, not the foods. And this is why it's flexible. You have a budget of calories that you must meet for the day, and you can fill them with however you see fit. And it doesn't really matter where the calories come from, unless you want to get specific and get into thermic effect of food. Not all calories are the same, by the way. You know, like protein has a higher thermic effect of food, stuff like that. I mean, that's a different topic for a different video, but in general, if you approach it from a health standpoint, where you want to get a pretty good breakdown of carbs, fats, and proteins, and you're not going overboard with the sweets, yes, counting calories is very, very flexible and can actually enhance your dieting lifestyle. And another pro is it's much easier to adjust for plateaus. Why is it much easier to adjust for plateaus? Because you know the exact numbers. So if you're eating 2,000 calories and your fat loss stalls for 2 weeks, you know where to adjust the calories or the energy expenditure. You know, you're either going to move more, or you say, okay, I'll make my calories go from 2,000 to 1,850. Fat loss resumes now, just with a quick change of the numbers, just like that. Now, what are the cons of counting calories? So unfortunately, counting calories is slightly more time consuming due to weighing and tracking. Yes, it'll take you like 5 up to maybe 15 minutes before eating or before cooking to weigh out your food and track everything, get the measurements correct. And this could be looked as a con, but I look at it as something good. You shouldn't look at it negatively, because you're actively building the habits and doing the steps required to get to that next level of fitness, right? So yeah, it's more time consuming, but you're increasing your competence. Your health literacy is going up. Like, you're actually understanding what you're eating and why you're eating it, which is a good thing. But in terms of time, this would be a con. Another one is it's slightly more complicated because you have to understand the numbers, right? You can't just say, I'm going to eat these calories and eat them, because you might still be confused. Like, why am I eating this number? How is this number of calories allowing me to lose weight? What are proteins, carbs, and fats? Why do I need this many grams of each one? Like, you have to invest more time into understanding things, which could be a pro and a con. Again, these cons are mainly due to time, because, you know, more time goes into it, but you're not really wasting time. So it could be a pro as well, because you're investing time to increase your knowledge so you can understand more about why this method works when it comes to fat loss. So I would say those are the main cons. You could say counting calories could become very, very restrictive if you let it get to that point. Like, I know a lot of bodybuilding competitors get to that point where their lifestyle is so restrictive that they can't hang out with friends and they can't go out to eat. They can't do anything. It's usually closer to the show day. And this is okay if you have a specific goal in mind, like a day where you need to achieve this level of body fat by this day, and after that you're good. But we're not talking about that here. We're talking about in terms of lifestyle and longevity, right? Long-term results. So yeah, those are pretty much the only cons I could think of when it comes to counting calories. So let's talk about which one is better to wrap it up. Now, when I say which is better, I'm talking specifically when it comes to longevity, okay? Which one is better when it comes to long-term results? So if you have a diet, whatever that specific diet is, you know, you're only eating lettuce, literally the lettuce diet, sure. Now, you're going to get fast results. Definitely. You're going to literally drop weight so fast. And what's the problem with that? It's most likely unsustainable. This is only good following a diet if you want have like, a bachelor's party, or like something in 2 months, or you need to fit into your wedding dress in the next 4 weeks, or you want to show up shredded to the pool party at the end of high school so you can flex on all the girls that curved you. Whatever you want to do, bro. That's what a diet is for. You will cut weight so fast. But after that, what happens? You're very likely to rebound and not only put on the weight you lost, but even more, because your hormones are going to be all out of whack. You're going to be starving. Like, I think it's unsustainable and too limiting for most people. So if you really want to achieve a shredded lifestyle, or just improve your health and be leaner and maintain it year round, counting calories is the way to go, because it's a structured approach. Yeah, you have slower results, but it's a better long-term method for fat loss. And one of the reasons is due to the higher variability in food choice. How many of you out there watching have a budget, a financial budget, right? You know, you have $1,000 and you're like, I need this to survive, so I can't go out and just spend 250 and go play tables at the casino or drop 300 using code beef on the new Young LA drop, right? Like, you got to budget what you're spending your money on. And counting calories the same way. If you live your lifestyle financially budgeting, right, you can live your lifestyle calorie budgeting as well. You allot yourself, oh, I have 2,500 calories to eat for the day. Cool. You could fill it with whatever you want, and it allows you to be a lot more conscious of what you're eating instead of just eating whatever. And you know, you're not even sure if like your cholesterol is high, you know, your sodium intake is this, like you don't even know a lot of the health risks you could be causing yourself. I think counting calories allows you to open a door to a much higher health literacy that will honestly, in my opinion, only benefit you in the long run. And take it from me, someone who's been doing this for a long time, like my whole transformation on TikTok is approaching 1 year now. And I've achieved all the results I've gotten up to this point through the method of counting calories. If you're someone out there watching right now and you're unsure, you're like, man, I kind of wanted to learn about counting calories. I kind of want to get into it. I don't know if it's for me. It's for you. Trust me. You should invest the time into learning. It's a really great investment. It's a great skill to have in general as a human being. It doesn't matter what you are or what you do. If you care about health and you want to take it to the next level, learn how to count your calories, because you will find that whatever goals you set for yourself, strength goals, fat, like body fat goals, muscle gaining goals, like whatever it may be, they will be a lot easier when you understand how to manipulate your calories. So with that being said, I'll end the video here. If you want to learn how to count calories, click the first video link in the description, because I have a video where I can teach you how to do that and where to get started, and I simplify it for you. So with that being said, this is Ski Mask Duets signing out, and let's create the best version of ourselves to give to the world. All right, peace.